Okay, I've talked a lot about shredding Costco chicken, so here we go. I like to separate it into three containers to freeze: the white meat, the dark meat, and the bones. This way, I can use them for different things and stretch it out to last longer. And use everything. I use the white meat for soups usually because it leans more dry, and I use the dark meat for sandwiches or fried rice. And the bones, I save for broth. So now that's out of the way, I just want to talk a little bit about why I cook. Obviously, there are significant cost savings, and it is much healthier to eat in versus out. But at the end of the day, even though cooking does take up a sizable amount of my time, I enjoy cooking. And I've always enjoyed hands on activities such as art, sewing, and knitting, and cooking is just another one of those creative outlets that helps me manage stress, ground myself, and enjoy something I create every day. Cooking meals and eating together with my husband, and sometimes Blue and Belle, also helps me recharge my introvert battery and becomes good quality time spent together. So, yeah, I cook mainly because I like it. I like the calmness and the control of knowing what I'm putting into my body, managing our finances, and I'm happy to carve out the time to do so. I was craving burgers from In N Out, so I made my own. I used to make burgers for my family during COVID when my parents decided to let their college age children into the dinner rotation. I experimented with adding ketchup to the ground beef, different patty types, and adding cheese into the patty. This is also about the time when I learned that adding cumin made food taste more beefy. So, of course, I add that to the patty to make it extra beefy tasting. I'm gonna cook the patties in a Dutch oven. I know you can't see it well, but I just prefer the Dutch oven because it has high walls, so the oil splatter isn't as egregious. And the bottom has a larger, flatter surface area, so I can fit more patties in one go. My favorite bread in the world is this cranberry pistachio bread from HEB. If you aren't familiar with HEB, it is the best grocery store in the nation, and it has been for the past 5 years or something, objectively. HEB is a privately held grocery store chain that's only in Texas, and they have a few stores in Mexico. Anyway, they make their breads and bakery items in-house from scratch, and this bread is my favorite to snack on and also use for avocado toast. The sweetness from the cranberries and the nutty crunch from the pistachios make the flavor and mouthfeel so addicting. I also like how it's more of a structured rather than soft bread, so it's also able to handle the weight of the avocado and egg. The next meal I made uses the shredded chicken from before. I just roughly chop it and throw it in with some onions and frozen veggies, and this is a really easy, straightforward meal. And I still had some pickled onions I needed to go through, and I was in a sandwich mood, so I got some croissants and chicken sausage to make some sandwiches. I normally use prosciutto, but I wanted meat that was more dense and substantial. I think using scissors to cut the croissant is such a hack, and toasting the bread is a great way to revitalize slightly stale bread. If I had an air fryer, I'd probably use an air fryer, but alas, no space for an air fryer here. So we'll do it the old-fashioned way, in a pan. Now that I'm making this video, I see a theme. I think the theme is that I was just craving bread this week. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video even half as much as I enjoyed making and eating the food. And if you did, consider liking and subscribing. Until next time, bye guys!